This is Maylene. She's the fighting type gym leader. And I'm going to be using two Pokemon in this fight. That's Staravia and Gabite. Maybe Primplup if it's necessary. But I know that I have two moves on Gabite that one of her Pokemon is weak to. So this shouldn't be too difficult. Because I spent like all night last night training on Route 214, which means I'm not going to be able to show it in the walkthrough. But oh well, there's nothing really down there that's changed. Except for, this one guy down there's now got a Jolteon, a Flareon, and a Vaporeon. He's the guy that used to have the 3 Roselias in Diamond and Pearl. So you really won't see too much of a change there. And I wish Intimidate would work on Pokemon that would like switch in. But anyway, so yeah, Aerial Ace knocks it down to almost 1/2. Rock Tomb, all that's gonna do is lower my speed. And it's not going to do too much, even though it was a super effective hit. He's covering up his flying type weakness well. And a choke goes down due to the Aerial Ace. So you get a ton of experience for beating that. Now I'm gonna switch into my Gabite, because Gabite happens to have both Earthquake and Fire Blast. Since I don't trust Fire Blast not to miss, I'm just going to go with an Earthquake the first time around. And Megachomp is fast. It's probably one of the fastest Pokemon on your team. But this Lucario is definitely one of the probably faster than anything on your team. Well, if you started with Infernape, it might not be faster than an Infernape. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't really calculated the stuff for that. Anyway, Gabite's got really good attack. And Lucario dies, 1-hit KO. But, you know, assuming you're using my team, which I'm sure those of you that watch my walkthrough probably are. Anyway, Megachomp just owned her Lucario, and we are ready to go to the next gym, which is the water type gym, and she'll give you TM60, which is Drain Punch. That's really, like, if you have like a fighting type Pokemon on your team, like a Lucario, that's really a useful move. So, you know, you just punch this one down here, and it'll knock the tires, blocking your way to the exit. That was with, I think that in Platinum, since she's gained a level, it actually makes her a little bit harder. But her Pokemon are generally the same as they were in Diamond and Pearl. Lucas is still out here waiting for you, or if you're playing as the boy, Dawn will be out here waiting for you. The reason I did my Diamond playthrough as a boy was because I wanted to have one playthrough as a boy and one as a girl, just to show you that it really doesn't matter which one you pick. So, things will be opposite of my Platinum as far as the gender goes. I'm going to go in here and heal. Okay, now we can go back up here and get Lucas's Pokedex back, or at least do our best to. And you have to talk to the Galactic Grunts just like you did in the old game. You don't have to talk to Lucas. And I think you have to talk to Lucas. Never mind, because in the old game you had to talk to Lucas. Or Dawn, or whoever the heck you're being. Anyways, our dream team's not gonna lose. Okay, so depending on which starter you chose will be the starter that he has. Your partner, Lucas or Dawn, will have the starter that is weak against you. So since I started with Piplup, he's going to have a Monferno. And if you were to start with Turtwig, he would have a Piplup. And if you started with Chimchar, he would have a Turtwig. So, anyway, I'm just going to go for an Aerial Ace on one of the Zubats. I don't think it matters. It's probably going to be a 1-hit KO anyway. I'm not sure if that critical hit really mattered or not, but probably shouldn't have too much trouble taking out the Zubats. So now that would make my flying type vulnerable to ground type moves. So if I wanted to, I could switch into Megachomp and go all Earthquake all over these guys, but I'm not going to do that, because having a Pokemon with gravity actually really isn't all that bad. I think this is the last time you'll get to actually fight with your partner, Dawn or Lucas, whichever gender you're planning on being. think this will be like the last time you get to fight with him. I'm not quite sure why he used Wake Up Slap there. It doesn't really make much sense, but hey. Oh, what's with this switchery? He goes into Crow with it. Not that it's really gonna matter, because they all died the same. And today's question would be, if you could create a Pokemon, what type would it be and what moves would it know? If I could create a Pokemon, I would create a Dark Ghost Dragon type. And I'm not quite sure what I would name it. I'd probably name it, I don't know. And I would give it the moves Roar of Time, Spatial Rend, Outrage, and Dragon Dance. So you just let me know what kind of Pokemon you would make. It doesn't have to have a name in it. It can be multiple types. So, yeah, right. So anyway, you still have to get Fly from the Veilstone thing. It is of no matter. Of more interest is the criminal behavior of the Team Galactic. They attempt to steal. I didn't say that one. Anyway. What are you talking about, person? Hey! That's my HM. My item. The Team Galactic. That's hilarious. Or you just called them like the Team Galactic. Why were you in there gambling? I saw you there last night. I mean, even though I'm only like 15 years old, or 10 in this game actually, I'm still allowed to gamble, so get over it. Anyways, you can come over here and you can get an item. I'm not quite sure what this is. So that's a Star Peach. You can sell that for a lot of money. Get yourself some cash, reel in the dough. Anyway, now you can head down south to the route down here. Trust me, you'll be seeing Handsome again. And you can come down here and continue on through this route. Since I've already battled everybody in this route while I was training last night, I'll just tell you what kind of Pokemon you can see. You can see Houndour. You can see the usual Geodude, Graveler, Pokemon like that. Like, once again, nothing too unbearable. You can see Girafarig. This guy right here, he has the Evolution, Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon thing. And we're gonna head on down to Pastoria City. And we can head on down to Pastoria City. Anyway, the Sweet Key is where it was in Diamond and Pearl. It's right there. I picked that up last night by accident too. So anyway, and I battled all the trainers out through here. Up there, instead of getting a red shard, you'll get a yellow shard. I'm not quite sure what those are for, but the Move Tutor takes Heart Scale. She still has the Glameow, and they are still the same wild Pokemon available. And the team for Aerial Ace is still over there. So, now that you are in Pastoria City, and you want to pose for a picture, cheese, ta-da, and there is the Great Marsh. The next episode, we'll do just a little tour of Pastoria, and then we'll take on the gym. Thanks for watching, and be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe.